The true story of what happened remains a mystery to this day. This is the youngest missing person we have had in the series, and hope this video helps highlight what has happened to KYRON. Let us get into the video. On June 4, 2010, KYRON was at a science fair at Skyline Elementary School. He was seen with his stepmother at around 8:15 a.m. At 8:45 a.m., his stepmother Terry saw him walk down to the hall, and she left the school. He was last seen by a student at 9 a.m. At 10 a.m., class started, after which his teacher reported him being absent. This was already not sounding good. This took place while Terry was running errands and doing some shopping. This is a small time frame, so KYRON should have been at the class. At 1:21 a.m., Terry posted pictures she took of the science fair on Facebook. At 3:30 p.m., so it would be the end of school, Terry and her husband were at the top with their daughter, waiting for KYRON to come off. They then discovered he had been absent from his class all day. The bus driver told them he did not get onto the bus. At 3:46, the school secretary called 911 to report that KYRON was missing. At approximately 45 minutes later, officers arrive at KYRON's house and school. At 5:30, a message was sent to parents that stated that KYRON did not come home today. At 7 p.m., the search and rescue team were told to begin a search for KYRON. Between 7 p.m. and 7:45, the sheriff alerted the FBI of KYRON's disappearance. The first search team began at 8 p.m. and after a lieutenant named Mary came to speak to the people present and began to email members of the local media a picture of KYRON. At 9:48 p.m., another search and rescue team arrived to begin a search. At 10:40 p.m., officers reported that they did a full search of the school, including the crawl spaces, and a search of his house. A person called 911 telling the officers to check the train tunnel, as that is where some kids play. However, nothing was found anywhere. On Saturday, June 5th, another search began with 60 to 70 people. At 9:08 a.m., the press associated with this case were notified that KYRON was missing. At noon, it was said that this was still a missing person case, and not a criminal one. On Sunday, June 9th, the case was escalated to missing endangered child, but at this point, it was still not considered a kidnapping, instead went with the narrative he got lost. After this, a lot of different searches were carried out which paused and continued, as well as flyers being given out. The search got larger and larger as the days went on. It was then seen as a criminal investigation. On Monday, June 14th, divers began searching Suave Island. The water here was waist height. At this point, you could tell that they were looking for a body with little hope KYRON was still alive. On Tuesday, June 15th, the sheriff's office released a picture of the glasses like the ones he was wearing when he was last seen. There was a search of the pond on the property just in case. After this, a lot happened, but nothing that would help with the investigation. It was just false reports and legal trouble between his stepmother and father. If you see the school on Google Maps, there are many trees behind it, which would be perfect for hiding a body or doing any crime in general. Allegedly, law enforcement was looking for an individual seen by two witnesses sitting in Terry's truck, who, if existed, would know or be behind the disappearance of KYRON. This may suggest that Terry knows who killed KYRON and what happened. If the suspect was on foot, KYRON may have been taken by someone who has been waiting for the right moment to kidnap the boy, which would be getting him between the fair and the lesson beginning while everyone is busy moving in the hall. He was led by this unidentified man into the forest for him to be killed and his remains to be hidden. To lure him, the suspect may have used the tactic of saying, "Do you want to go home or go somewhere fun?" This suspect may be a repeat offender on a list of predators in the area. There is a large gap between the morning and when he was reported missing. This person may have known that the school would not think much of it till the end of the day unless they were in on it, and this was a cover, but that's reaching. The forest would be the perfect place to kill him and hide the body. I strongly believe if anything happened, it would have been in that forest. If the suspect had a vehicle. If the suspect had a vehicle, this opens more possibilities and complicates the case. This is like the other theory where someone came into the school and took him, making it look like he is a parent. The suspect could be a woman you never know, someone who knows his mother or his father, and this is revenge. Let's say he is a man who parked in the car park and promised KYRON something that took him to use the less busy roads to an unknown location. That is where he may have been killed or kept KYRON, if he is still alive. Some may have speculated that KYRON was dumped in a river, which would only be reached if the suspect had a car. What happened should have been caught on cameras unless the school is holding information, so the reputation of the school is not damaged. Another theory would be that he walked out of school and into the forest where he could either have been killed by an animal or died of starvation. This theory is bizarre and unlikely. There would be no reason for him to leave school unless he was forced. I don't want to sound crazy with these theories, but most cannot be proved true or false. He may have got stuck somewhere in the school, but the school would not want to be seen as negligent, so the story was fabricated. No one just vanishes. There is always a story behind it. There should be a body if KYRON was killed, correct? Wrong chemicals can remove any trace of human remains and the body can be hidden in unreachable, secluded areas. It could be someone who works at the school that used the back entrance to dispose of the body or lead KYRON to the forest. Thanks for watching. Let us know your theories below. Hit a like if you enjoyed the video or leave a comment to let us know how we can improve future videos. See you in episode 9, where we will go into a case where the body has been found but the timeline leading up to it is questionable.